A country thrives when the institutions that give guidance are respected, are nurtured, and are protected. And the most critical institution in our constitution is the presidency. Now, there are many ways to protect and guard the presidency. You can do it in a specialized way, the way our security people do. You can also do it by being a dedicated public servant. You can also do it by maintaining dignity and decorum to that office. Madam Judy worked with dignity, with respect, and in her own way, she protected and guarded the presidency. You must ask yourself and remember, what do we see today? What do we see in our society today? Do we see people who are ready to protect and guard the institutions the way she did? So my message to Kenyans here is that don't destroy your institutions. Because, as I said somewhere the other day, in fact on Labor Day, I said that the biggest threat to any nation is not necessarily terrorism or gangsters. The biggest threat to any nation is when critical institutions of that nation are dismantled or are undermined so that they don't function. That is the biggest threat to any nation. Judy protected not just the presidency, but she protected this nation. Let us give her that honor. Let it be a lesson for many of us who want to move forward. The final thing, maybe the family spoke about it, but I was touched because I work with a brother. Joe Busiega is my chief of staff in the office of the Prime Cabinet Secretary. I think somewhere I read that she is in the panel that was working on the beatification of the late Cardinal Otunga to become a saint. So you must ask yourself, if an individual can be identified by the Catholic Church to be part of that very delicate and honorable function, then that person is truly extraordinary in her demeanor, in her character, in her ways. So again, that is a measure of respect. La mwisho, to Kenyans, let us be united. Let us not encourage a culture of lies and believing in lies and talking lies and eating lies and sleeping lies and waking up lies. Yani vandu vakuoneka ni uveshi buza badumura buza uveshi buridiko. Let us be truthful. It is so important to be truthful. And I'll give an example because today I'm honored to be in a Catholic church. The other day, we went with the president. He flew from China where he was having a state visit. And he flew direct directly from Beijing to make it to the funeral mass service of the late Pope Francis. And I was there. And it was in broad daylight, the way it is today, as we sit here. A very solemn moment, very dignified moment, very honorable. This is the symbol of the Catholic Church being graciously respected by the entire world. Over 50 heads of state, 10 monarchs, I don't know, 170 heads of government coming there to respect him. And it was so dignified, with a lot of honor. And the Catholics had organized themselves with extremely elaborate protocols. How they receive the head of state. Each head of state was assigned a bishop. They receive them, they guide them up to where they sit. And it was 1 + 5, so that you don't crowd the place. So it was so orderly, just the way I know the Catholic Church to be orderly. It was very orderly. Now, unfortunately, some very senior politicians in Kenya, just a few days ago, very senior, actually started like that one, saying that candles were being given to the president, and the candle of President Ruto went off. Man in a suit. And I really said, kumbe clothes can really camouflage somebody who has a lot of problems. Because it was in broad daylight. Secondly, how on earth would you be lighting candles when there are all these heads of state? That would even be a security risk. For you to be there lighting candles and giving would you even be allowed? So it struck me, and I said, we have degenerated to the lowest level, particularly as leaders. To go and stand in a church and over a very solemn moment. So, what was he looking for? What are we looking for in this country? Where do we want to go? We should not be a country that thrives on lies. And when I was saying let us respect institutions, another critical institution is the church, where we are. So, let us also protect the church from this kind of games and lie there. But do not lie in front of God's people, and more so when you have very solemn moments like that one. So, Judy, we bid you farewell. May your soul rest in eternal peace. Give you a comfort zone before the Lord's house. Thank you, and God bless you all.